Hey y'all, I thought I would do a video on how I set up my, how I get ready for a full coverage project, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I have, I guess, 3 full coverage projects that I'm working on right now. And I decided that I was only gonna work on these 3, and that's until I change my mind. So this is a box that I ordered. This is actually a Christmas present. I ordered this box from Heaven and Earth Designs. They special order them, and I just happened to be on their website when these became available sometime, I think it was in November. So this was my Christmas present that I bought myself, that my husband gave me. He was so surprised when he saw what he gave me. He was like, oh, it's really nice. What is it? I'm so glad I bought it for you. And I was like, yeah, you paid for it, but I bought it. And this is for my stitching. And he was like, okay. So this box, you take it off, and now it is kind of messy right now. So I'm not really sure whether or not I'm going to keep with this setup. And I'll tell you why in a minute. But it holds your threads. This actually could be propped up with it has like a easel stick or something back there that you can set it up to where you can see, all the numbers. It comes with these little pieces of paper things, whatever they're called, that you can write the, your numbers of your project, the floss colors. And you put them down, and they're hanging out from the bottom. And so anyway, it just keeps everything together. And these are held on by really, really strong magnets. And then there's also little holes that you can put your needles in. Well, I decided just to put the thread in the top part, and then I've got the needles all threaded down on the bottom. But they make the people who make these, I think it's called Eternal Items. I think that's the name of the company, and they may be out of Russia or Ukraine or Poland. I'm not sure. One of those places. And they have just a needle holder one, but they're a little bit pricey, and I really want one. They're a little bit pricey though, and there's like a 6-month wait. So I'm thinking that I may take all the threads out and put them in my master, which I'll show you in a minute, the master box for my full coverage, and just use use this as a needle holder, if that makes any sense. It comes with this little thing for your thread, what's it called, orts, whatever. And then there's the little stick. There's some scrap piece of thread that I don't know what that's for. That's how you prop it up. And then there's a threader thing down in here, how you get your thread to go through the holes to hold it in. But it's popping up a little bit. I don't know, I'm just not good at this. So I'm thinking about changing it up, but I will come back. It's a very nice box, and I definitely will use it. And I like the fact that it just closes and you can put it away. All right, so let me just shift my body around to show you I'm sitting on the floor. So this is my stitching spot, okay? So what I did, I'm saying so a lot, I'm sorry. There it is. There's the area that I stitch in. I got that cheap chair that shakes from Aldi's and a place to put my feet in, tablet, whatever. So I bought this table recently from Walmart. It took about 5 minutes to put it together because all you had to do is screw in the legs. I don't even know if it took 5 minutes. And because the thing that I had up here before was too tall. Then I decided that I was going to bring out my Bisley, I don't even know how you say that, cabinet with all my floss storage, the master set of floss, and put it out here. But that's just like to have it out here in case I don't have any in here, because in here are my master, I say master, these are the full coverage, my full coverage projects. And so I'm working from all the numbers, okay? So I've got 3. So not all of these are gonna be filled, but they don't look like that. They look, you know, like that. Okay, and there's like no number, those are none of the numbers that I'm using in the projects. That's none of the numbers I'm using in the projects. There, okay, so in one of my 3 projects, I have 155, I'm using 155. And so I just put, you know, a few strands on there for now, and can always go back in here and pull when those run out. So I have this handy to look for, and I'm only gonna have 3 projects. Some of them, the numbers may overlap, you know? I mean, like some of them may use, like all 3 of them may use 310. So I'll always have like the 310 filled in here. So some of them will be empty, of course, but these are for my full coverage, right? And so I bought this thing because I thought if I ever wanted to take my full coverage with me somewhere, then it's doable, I guess. And this one also is, because that was a little bit too small for the entire 400 and however many numbers are in DMC. And this is basically the 3,000 to the end in here, okay? And so I keep these, I'm keeping these under here so I can always have access to them. So, and then when I need to get, you know, some more floss, then I will find it in here. Now all of these bobbins I order from Pippin Chip, and they're not all full. As you can see, I'm still organizing. It's an ongoing thing. But, you know, makes me happy to look at it. So what I'm doing, let's go over up on the top. I bought these little containers off of Amazon. I actually bought them to organize my craft desk drawer and my junk drawer down the kitchen. And I'm just setting them up here with, you know, extra little doodads that I have. Okay, so so I'm sitting in my chair. So down over here, I'm gonna have to stand up here. I've got magnets because I was like, this is magnetic, and magnets will stick on it, and I can just use this as a magnet board. So these are all the colors in one project that I'm working on. I think it's like 82 colors, 88 colors. I'm not sure how many, 80 something. And so what I did, and I got this idea off of the cross stitch storage, I was on a group, cross stitch storage ideas and solutions or something. And someone had got magnets and put these DMC colored stickers that they got on Amazon. So I ordered the magnets and I ordered the stickers from Amazon. And so the total cost of the stickers, and there was like 2 sets in a package, and I ordered 2 sets not knowing that, so I have 4 sets of the numbers. So those are there available when I need them. So what I'm doing is when I work on my full coverage, I have I usually go like 2 blocks. I'm doing the Royal Rose method right now, and so it's 2 blocks down. So 200 stitches, 100 and 100 block. Does that make sense? 1 block, 1 block. Okay, so I look in those 2 blocks and I pick out the colors that, let me see if I can get this board off. I'm not stitching on this right now, so I have put it up. But what I do, it's hard to do this with one hand, is I'll get my other magnetic board that I have. Hopefully I won't make this fall down. And I just go through and I pick out the color that I'm working on, that are in those blocks. And so right now I'm in one that only is using 7 colors, okay? Basically these colors right here. It's sky and clouds is what I'm working on. Once I get into those really confetti heavy areas, then I don't know if I'll keep them all on the board, if I'll just start sticking the magnets down, the threaded needles right here. But I ordered a whole bunch of the needles, like 100 and something needles off Amazon, and the magnets and the stickers. And I just go through, I pick out the colors that I'm going to be using before I start, and I thread up like 2 needles and stick it up here. So when I reach that color, then I can just pull, because you can take these off and they pretty much still stick on there. And I put them in the back to kind of hold them onto the board, right? So they don't slip off accidentally. If you have the magnets like too close to each other, then one of the needles kind of attract to the magnet. So you gotta, I guess, be careful about that. But anyway, it's working for me. It's going a lot faster to have the needles pre-threaded. And I don't really, and this is not something that I can really take with me though. But I tried using those, what they call Paco organizers, and I don't really like those because, and I still might use one because they do this kind of the same thing, I guess. But what I don't like about those is I did have to have everything. It was hard when you have all the numbers. It's hard to just like to separate. You have to have everything strong. It's hard to tell. You have to look at all the numbers, and I have 2 of them, and you have to, I'm not even saying this correctly, but it was a pain to have to try to, if I'm doing it by the 200 stitches, to pick out the colors. And anyway, so this was working for me. I can do that if I'm going somewhere, I guess. But most of the time if I'm traveling, I really don't take a full coverage. It's just too much. It's too much work, too much stuff to take. So, and I usually always have to use my floor stand, and I'm usually not going. So when I go somewhere full coverage, I usually just take something that's smaller that I can fit in a Q-snap or hold in my hand. And that's fine. But for being here in my stitching area, this seems to be working for me. I've got a little tag that I put a magnet on just so it won't slip off, that tells the name of the project. Like right now, these are for the project Quiet Time, which is from Cross Stitch Studios, or I bought it off of Cross Stitch Studios. I think it's Serenity Studio. At Cross Stitch Studio, they may like, I don't know if they carry like project or charts from different places. Anyway, but Quiet Time by Abraham Hunter is the project. And then I've got this little jar of size 28 needles because the project that I'm working on is actually 28 counts. It's 28 count easy grid. And I stuck one of these adhesive magnets on there so it can just, it's not gonna tip over, unless you like really try to tip it over. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing. So everything is all set up here. And I just like worked on 200 stitches for today, and it was a lot easier having the needles already threaded and ready to go. I mean, like, I got those 200 stitches down pretty fast in under an hour, which is good for me. Like I said, it is a whole different story when there's like a lot of confetti, and there are parts of the chart that are full of confetti, but it'll still be faster. Now it does take a while to set up beforehand, but if you're only, especially in these areas, it's working. I don't know when it gets to the heavy confetti area if it'll be faster, if it'll take tons of time to set it up or whatever. But what do you think? I mean, I wanted to do something like this that was, it wasn't gonna break the bank. It may not be the prettiest, but it's working for me so far, so I like it. And I mean, eventually I would like to get enough of the magnets to where I can work on, because I could have like the entire DMC set, but that might take a while because, I mean, there's really no point in doing it when I'm not working on that, these are the ones I need right now, I guess is what I'm saying. So, and the magnets are not that expensive. And there's a ton of different magnets on Amazon, of course, and needles and stickers. You just type it in, and these are like just refrigerator magnets. So that's what I'm doing so far. And I don't know. If you have other good ways that you can think of or that you can share with me that makes stitching on a full coverage project a little bit easier. I am participating in the full coverage February, I can't even say February, for this month. And so I'll be working on the 3 projects I have, probably rotating in and out, depending. It's like there's like an acrostic too. I don't think you have to use the acrostic, but I'm doing it. So, and the acrostic is confetti. And so like for the first day, I worked on Quiet Time because it has clouds in it. And then today I worked on Quiet Time because it has an ocean in it. So anyway, that's kind of how it works. What do you think? You think this will work for me? I don't know. Let me know your setup ideas. See you soon. Bye.